So Leon Copperman, the billionaire investor, is sounding the alarm on Nvidia. This article is coming from Yahoo Finance by way of Business Insider. Billionaire investor Leon Copperman sounds the alarm on Nvidia stock and warns a recession may hit next year. Leon Copperman warned the enormous hype around Nvidia and other growth stocks is dangerous. The billionaire investor predicted the S&P 500 wouldn't reach a new high for several years. Pressure on consumers and the Fed hiking interest rates could spark a recession in 2024, he said. We know that Nvidia is not going to end well, the billionaire investor said during an interview at the Ben Graham 10th annual conference on June 20th. Nvidia shares have nearly tripled in price this year, boosting its market capitalization to a record $1 trillion. I have learned over the years that everything ultimately turns to heat, and the fall from 200 times earnings is a lot harder than the fall from 8 or 9 times earnings. Copperman said, referring to Nvidia's current valuation. He noted that the former stock market darlings like Cisco have never reclaimed the breathless highs they reached during the dot-com bubble. So who is Leon Copperman?
Hard work and luck I won't talk about because that, is obvious. The harder I worked, the luckier I got. The intuition part, in the mid-60s, if you completed your major and minor in college in 3 years, you could count your first year of medical or dental school towards your 4th year of college and get a separate degree. So in the summer of 1963, I went to the University of Pennsylvania summer school and took physical chemistry, which was my major, and that was the last course in the major. And I enrolled in the University of Pennsylvania Dental School. And after 8 days, and you're all going to laugh, I started to wonder whether I was pushing myself in a direction I was fully committed. It was a very traumatic decision. I had paid room and board for a year. I paid my tuition for a year. My dad, may rest in peace, was walking around saying my son, the dentist. All my friends in undergraduate school knew I was off at dental school. I had to go to the dean of the dental school and explain to him I wasn't sure now that I wanted to go into dentistry. And I wanted to take the full year of electives back at undergraduate school and finish off my major and minor in my 4th year of college, unencumbered by any decisions. He was very nasty to me. I wasn't sophisticated at that time. He said, you deprived the 101st applicant of a dental education. You can't do this. How do you know after 8 days? And I said, it just seems to me I ought to be more committed than I am before I pursue a course of 4 years in dentistry. So the only guy that really appreciated the brain damage I was going through was Glenn T. Nygren, who is deceased now, but he was a dean at Hunter College, had to approve my matriculating back into college. Mm-hmm. And he said, very courageous decision, of course you can come back. I had nothing but electives available. I took 10 courses in economics in my last year. I got 10 A's and never looked back. I found out what interested me. So I'm a great believer, the only way to be successful in life is to do what you love and love what you do. I've worked very hard in my 25 years at Goldman, my 28 years of running a hedge fund, but I never looked at it work. I always enjoyed what I did. And that's the only way to be successful, more so now than even back then, because it's such a more competitive business.
I'm going to have to respectfully disagree with Leon. I think we are in the early innings of an AI decade-long theme. I think Nvidia is the leader and will remain the leader. However, a recession, very possible. A correction in the market, very possible. So you want to look at opportunities to go long on steep pullbacks. Now, the gift of GAFT will be if price, which is trading at 425 on Nvidia on the monthly chart, can get down to 350-ish, where we have the most recent pivot high, which was established in November of 2021. We have since then passed and breached and closed above that previous all-time high. We also had a gap the following month in June. Right now, price on the monthly chart is showing some indecision. I would love a decline, right, in order to get long. Now, that rise in price, which took out the previous high, was on earnings when they set their revenue for this quarter. They were looking at $11 billion, primarily due to data centers. Wall Street was looking for $7 billion. So what happens when you have a gap up and you have this crazy momentum? Rightfully so, price is just pausing now. However, I would love a pullback to this weekly bias level at 380. If we get a market crash, 350 would be the opportunity to go long. Right now, something is happening. We are just pausing before the next breakout. In what direction? Well, if I look at the RSI, RSI, Relative Strength Index, is moving down, which means that momentum is declining. This past week, we've seen a couple of sell wicks. So it's very possible that we could get some downside risk over the coming weeks. We do have earnings in August, which should serve as a catalyst. Either way, at the moment, the trend is your friend. On pullbacks, you got to go long. Next level to go long is at the weekly bias level at 380. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. Please like the video.